Hi y'all, welcome to my channel, Magically Maddie. This video today is going to be all about Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and what to expect when you take your princess or your knight there. So I did work there as a fairy godmother in training on my Disney college program this past fall of 2019. So a fairy godmother in training is somebody who does hair for a princess or a knight visiting. There are also fairy godmothers who handle money and stuff like that. I did not do that. I was a hair fairy. And so I have a bunch of tips and tricks for you guys if you're visiting, because this video is going to be about what it looks like to go visit the boutique. So when I got offered the role, I was like, I want to know more about the boutique because I had not visited before as a child. I went to Disney a ton as a child, but never went to the boutique. And so I didn't really know what exactly it was. I was like, what does this look like? So I did a ton of research. There are some YouTube videos, some articles, but I have found, especially since working at the boutique, that they are either out of date or the information's incorrect, mostly because it's out of date. So I wanted to make this video after I got back home and tell you guys exactly like what the boutique looks like now, what it looked like as of fall 2019. But yeah, so I've been writing the script for this video since like January. I've been wanting to do this. I have a ton of helpful hints for you guys. I do have my computer over here just so I can scroll because I want to make sure that I don't miss anything, because I gained a bunch of knowledge while I was working there, things that I would want to know if I were a parent that were traveling with my child and taking them to the boutique for the first time, for the 100th time. So thank you guys for watching with me, and I'm going to jump right into this. So as a disclaimer, this is about the Disney Springs boutique. I worked at that one. I did not work at the Magic Kingdom boutique. I did not work at the Grand Floridian boutique, which is the newest. And these things also, like pricing and the experience, can vary by location. So it can be different if you go on a cruise line. It can be different if you go to an international park. So just keep that in mind as you're watching the video. I mean, they're basically all the same thing. They basically have the same storyline. They're going to offer mostly the same hairstyles and stuff like that, especially Disney Springs and Magic Kingdom. So just keep that in mind, that I might say something and you might go to the boutique and it might have changed, especially now since we have had COVID-19. I'm sure that a bunch of safety practices will be changed when you go, even though the boutique is very clean. They trained us thoroughly on cleaning our tools, cleaning our chairs, everything, but I'm sure that that will of course look a lot different going forward once the parks reopen. But hopefully this video will help you to plan for your boutique experience when you do get to visit once the parks reopen. So yeah, let's see here. So what is the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique? What is this? It is a boutique experience for boys and girls ages 3 to 12. And there are the 3 locations, like I mentioned, in Disney World. There is Disney Springs, Magic Kingdom, and Grand Floridian. There is one location, I believe just one, at Disneyland in California, and I'm pretty sure that it looks about the same as these do in Florida in terms of hairstyles, story, all that. So yeah, and you can also just Google Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and it will bring up a page of very basic information, which is what I'm about to cover in this first part with you. I did Google the boutique right before this video and the webpage appeared to be down, and I don't know if that's just because people can't make reservations right now. But yeah, so let's see here. What to bring with you. So you've decided to go to the boutique, and what do you have to do next? Like, what's the next step as a parent to go to the boutique with your child? So you can make a reservation, you can do a walk-in, but I don't recommend walk-ins. I recommend the reservation, and I'm trying to make sure I get all my reservation facts straight. So reservations can be made up to 180 days in advance. They are highly recommended, especially if you want to go to the castle, because everybody loves the castle. So just please keep that in mind. Do not expect to walk into the castle and say, hey, I want the transformation, and them to be like, yes, come right in. Like, that's probably not gonna happen. Disney Springs is way more likely to accept walk-ins. Now, if it's, you know, the height of busy season, which I will get to later, telling you about like what busy season looks like, but if it's the height of busy season, I mean, they're probably not going to have one, or it's going to be like 2 or 3 hours, which I mean, you could easily kill 2 or 3 hours at Disney Springs. So yeah, I would definitely recommend making a reservation 180 days in advance of your trip. Let's see here. So when you book, you have to give them a credit card number, and then there will be a $10 cancellation fee if your reservation is not canceled 24 hours before the appointment. So if you have an appointment, you know, on May the 10th and you don't cancel until May the 10th, they're going to charge you $10, and that is per child. So just keep that in mind. It's not a bad cancellation policy, because I mean, if you decide a week out that you don't want to go, then you can cancel and like nothing is charged. So just keep that in mind. You can book online or you can call. So like I said, you can Google or go to the Disney World page and just search Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and it should bring up the reservation system. And I don't know if that's down right now, but once it gets back up, it should just pull up a little calendar. You can put in the day you want, pick your time slot, they'll show you what's available. It's very, very easy, and it should link to your My Disney Experience app. And I will be doing a lot more videos on my channel in terms of travel planning. So if you don't know what the My Disney Experience app is, if you don't have any knowledge of Disney, I do plan on doing some travel videos. This is my first video. I just wanted to get this one out to you guys before I start losing my like knowledge of the boutique. And also this is going to be a little bit of a longer video, so I just wanted to go ahead and get that out there. But yeah, if you don't know what the app is, you can easily find that online, instructions on how to use it, but it will link to your Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique reservation just to make that easier to keep up with. Let's see here. So the hours, and like I said, these could totally change once the parks reopen. Don't know what that's going to look like. But the hours as of before the park closed, Disney Springs was 8:30 to 6:30. So it opened the latest and closed the earliest. So it was actually pretty nice to work at Disney Springs as compared to the castle, because the castle opens at 8 a.m., closes at 7 p.m. And then Grand Floridian opens at 8 a.m., closes at 4 p.m. So Grand Floridian actually closes the earliest. And I think they start taking their last reservation 30 minutes before closing, because the average transformation takes about 30 minutes. So just keep that in mind. Like, you can't walk up at 7 o'clock and be like, I want a transformation, because they're gonna be closing up. So just keep that in mind. The weekends are the most busy. So Saturday and Sunday, like I said, probably aren't gonna go to walk-in at Disney Springs those 2 days. And also Grand Floridian, I don't have a ton of experience with it, but I don't think they like take walk-ins, or it's very unlikely that you'll get a walk-in, because they only have 4 chairs there. And I will be talking later in the video about how many chairs are each location, but Grand Floridian only has 4 chairs. So I mean, it's very, and they're open the least amount of time, so very unlikely to get a walk-in there. But weekends are the most busy for all locations. Mornings are the most busy because parents want their children to be dressed like that for the whole day, which makes total sense. And if you do want to get the most bang for your buck, I would suggest getting a morning reservation, because if you come in at 6 o'clock for the last transformation of the day, you're only gonna probably get to go do a few things, get a few pictures, and then it's gonna be bedtime. So it's like, that was a lot of money just to go to bed. So, and then days of Halloween and Christmas parties are also the most busy. So Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party runs, I believe, August now through October, and then Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party runs November through December. And so if you come in on a party day, those are always so busy, especially for Halloween. But it's really fun because you come in and like all the families are dressed up, and the little princesses and knights are getting transformed for the Halloween party, and they're always super excited to talk about it. And it's just a different energy. So I mean, if you do want to get a transformation on a party day, I highly recommend, just because you do get some great pictures, and like it is like a purpose, you know, like, oh, it's Halloween, I'm getting dressed up. But just keep in mind, you do probably need a reservation for those days, because those were definitely our busiest days. They were crazy. So just keep that in mind. And like I said, let's see here. Oh, I already said that. So yeah, just some more. That's basically the booking process. And I'm gonna do a few helpful tips with you guys, and then I'm gonna go through the package options next. So let's just go over these tips really quick. And if you guys have any comments, any questions, please leave them below in the comments section because I want to help you guys have the best experience possible. And like I said, this is my first video, so I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything and that I'm doing my best to just help you guys out when it comes to travel planning, because like I said, I know it can be very stressful, especially if you're a first-time traveler. Even if you're not and this is a new experience, it's very helpful to know like what you're walking into, because I had so many families come in and just ask a ton of questions that, you know, they weren't really told beforehand because the website is not the most informative, the like basic Disney website, and so it just helps to get a few more tips from somebody. So let's see here. The website does say that your child needs to come with clean, brushed hair. Please, 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 for the sake of your child and the fairy godmother, it is so much easier to brush when they have clean, brushed hair, or else, you know, the fairy godmother is struggling through trying to get those tinker tangles out, and the child is just not happy about it, which, I mean, I can't blame them because you have a stranger pulling on your hair. But please just come with clean, brushed hair. And I would not suggest wet hair necessarily. I did have a bunch of people come and they were like, oh, they just got out of the shower. And so that's great because I know their hair is clean, but at the same time, it doesn't dry. Like, we do not use any heat whatsoever. So fairy godmothers do not use modern electronic tools. There are no straighteners, there are no curling irons, there are no hair dryers, nothing like that. So if they come with wet hair, they're most likely going to leave with wet hair because it's not going to dry, especially once the fairy godmother puts all the product in and everything like that. It's still going to be wet when they leave. So just keep that in mind. Just clean, brushed hair. Let's see here. Oh, I found this one out, not something that most parents think of, but if your child has stitches in their head, please, please, please let their fairy godmother know, because the fairy godmother does just start brushing, and so if they have stitches in their hair, or in their head, it will say on the fairy godmother's storybook that she receives with the child, it will say they have stitches, like, please be extra careful. So just let them know at the front desk, like, hey, my child has stitches on the top of their head, just wanted to let you know, just so the fairy godmother can be extra careful and just know that those are there. So please, please, please just let them know that. Let's see here. Oh, also, decide beforehand if you are buying an outfit at the boutique, which they do sell outfits, or if you are bringing your own. We had so many people come in the boutique and they would be like, oh, I didn't even know you sold outfits. I thought it was just hair and makeup, which is like totally fine if you just want hair and makeup. But if you come in and you want a princess dress, I would suggest doing your research. So you can bring in your own outfit. We had people bring in princess dresses that they had made, that they had ordered off of Etsy. Some little girls come in their princess t-shirts if they want to be a little bit more casual, or just like casual, like princess themed dresses with maybe like their favorite princess's face on it, stuff like that. Stuff you can get at like Target, Walmart, Kohl's, you know, just stuff you can buy at home. You can probably get them off Amazon too. But what the boutique sells are the Disney World princess dresses. So it looks like Cinderella's dress, it looks like Snow White's dress, nothing with like the princess's face on it. But a helpful hint is that you can actually buy those dresses for cheaper than you can at the boutique. So if I hadn't had your attention till now, I probably do now. So you can buy those dresses at World of Disney, which is in Disney Springs, and they're actually the same price at World of Disney, but they might have a dress that's out of stock at the boutique, so just keep that in mind. If you want them cheaper, I would suggest looking on the Shop Disney website. So that is www.shopdisney.com. That is Disney's official website. So those are all licensed Disney dresses. They are the same dresses, but you can catch them on sale sometimes. So if Disney, I think just a few days ago, they were running like everything princess themed was like a certain percentage off. So if you know far enough in advance that you are going to Disney World, that you are doing the boutique, please, please, please research Shop Disney, because they have some really cute stuff. Like I don't think they're having a sale today, but like I'm gonna type it in right now. I was looking the other day and like they have some stuff that like they don't have in the boutique, and it's adorable. Like they have this new ballerina line where you can get like, let's see here, the Aurora party dress for girls. It's like, it's so cute. It's like not your typical Aurora dress, but it is pink and it looks like Aurora. $55. There's a Frozen 2 leotard dress, so it looks like a ballet dress, but it has spaghetti straps, so it would be really nice for the warmer weather, because let me tell you, Elsa's dress is hot in the summer because it's long sleeves. So this would be a really good Elsa option. It's on the Shop Disney website, the Frozen 2 leotard dress. It's very cute. It's only $43, and none of these are on sale right now, but they do run sales, like I said. But yeah, the Elsa costume is $80 on here. So I mean, you're looking at like $43 for the leotard dress versus $80 for the Elsa dress. So yeah, and then they have like all the dresses the boutique offers, and then plus some. So the boutique does not have Pocahontas, but like you can get Pocahontas on Shop Disney. There is a Jasmine dress on here that I'm pretty sure they don't carry in the boutique. There's a Darth Vader dress. So I mean, if your child doesn't want to be a princess, you can get a Darth Vader dress, because we do have little girls and boys come in all the time that love Star Wars, and so they pick, you know, the hairstyle that they think looks most like Star Wars. I did have a little girl, she was very cute, and she did not want to be a princess, she wanted to be a Jedi, and so we referred to her as a Jedi. It was very cute, very fun. But yeah, I'm just looking through all these dresses. They're very, very cute. Oh, adorable. So yeah, and then there's, oh my gosh, you guys, I can't even begin to tell you how cute these dresses are. Just go to shopdisney.com and please, please, please look before you go on your trip, and just ask your child like which one they like the best, if they would prefer one of those, especially if they like a less popular princess. Please check those dresses out on the Shop Disney website, because the boutique does just carry like the ones that are super popular right now. So like Elsa and Anna are gonna have a ton of dresses in stock because like they're the most popular right now. So if you don't want to run the risk of it being out of stock or them not having it at all, please look at that website. Let's see here. So you might wonder like what looks different if you bring your dress versus using one of theirs. So really the only difference is that you will take your dress with you and you have to carry it at all times. So you have to take it into the dressing room. You have to like, you know, take care of it, make sure it doesn't get damaged. If you buy a dress at the boutique, then they put it in the dressing room for you. They say, oh, look what Jacques and Gus made today, because, you know, the mice made the dress for the princess at the boutique. So it's just a little bit different in terms of storytelling. Not anything major that the princess or the knight is probably going to like notice that much, I would say. But yeah, so let's see what else. Oh, and if you bring your own accessories, such as a crown or anything like that, you do have to put that on your princess yourself. So if you buy a crown at the boutique, the fairy godmother can put it on the princess. If you bring your own crown, they cannot, because we don't want to break them or anything like that. So you will have to put it on your child yourself. So just remember that. Let's see here. There's also sometimes some seasonal dresses at the boutique. So these are really cute. There was like a Vampirina back in the fall. And so a bunch of like little girls, like 3, 4 would get those. And it did come with little ears, very cute. And they also have the signature dresses. These dresses are gorgeous, y'all. So there is like the basic princess dress, which is like, you know, the Shop Disney dress. And then there's the signature dress. And these dresses are like Broadway quality, hand sewn, like you could wear them to a formal event and nobody would know it was a princess dress because it's so like detailed and so just like fancy looking. I heard a story about a woman who was very, very, very tiny, and she came in the boutique and bought the Belle dress for her wedding dress because she could fit in the child size, but this dress legit looked like a formal event dress. They're so nice. I don't know if they had this on Shop Disney. Let's look really quick. I'm trying to remember if I had ever seen one, just so you guys can like get an idea of what these dresses. Yeah, so they are on Shop Disney. If you just look up signature, it'll come up. So right now Shop Disney has an Aurora, a Belle, Rapunzel, and Cinderella, and I believe those are the only 4 that the boutique carries are Sleeping Beauty, Belle, Rapunzel, Cinderella. So these are $350 on the Shop Disney website. So yeah, I would order a size up just so your child could continue to wear it after, you know, for a few years maybe. So just keep that in mind when you're looking at those. Let's let's see here. So the dresses run size 2 to 13, but the popular sizes, they do sell out quite often. So like I said, just going back to please check out Shop Disney, like please just have a backup plan in case you get there and the dress you want is not in stock. But you could always check World of Disney because they do sometimes have dresses in stock that the boutique does not. And then the shoes, I don't know the exact sizes for the shoes. I want to say they go up to a 2-3. I'm not great with like children's shoe sizes, but I want to say they go up to a 2-3. In same case, those will sell out in the popular sizes pretty quickly. We did have a few weeks where we were completely out of, I want to say, the silver shoes. So the boutique does just carry 3 kinds of shoes. They carry silver light up shoes, they carry gold light up shoes, and they carry Minnie Mouse shoes. So these are all, they have like a slight little heel on them. They're like jelly material, I guess, at least the silver and gold are. But they match all the dresses. That's why they only carry those. And then the Minnie Mouse goes with the Minnie Mouse dress. They might have some Frozen 2 shoes now. I left right before Frozen 2 came out. And so I just had asked a friend for some information on the Frozen 2 packages, and it sounded like those did come with shoes. But yeah, and if you want to bring your own shoes, you totally can. I suggest bring an extra pair of shoes anyways, because those jelly shoes are not the most comfortable, especially if you want your kid to walk around in the park in them. Like, that's just not going to be enjoyable for you or the child, because they're going to get uncomfortable and sweaty really, really fast. So just bring an extra pair of shoes. And the jelly shoes are really cute. And like I said, they light up because they have fairies in them. So they're very, very cute. Let's see here. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything on my notes. Oh, so if your child is older, you know, getting up to like age 11, age 12, which age 12 is the oldest you can be, and get a transformation. But if they are getting older, and they are maybe, you know, a little bit bigger than the average child, you can get dresses at the co-op. I just say this because I did have an experience one time with a little girl who was, I want to say 11, and she did not fit in the princess dresses we had in stock, but she wore like junior sized clothes, which like I had to do that too when I was about that age. So some kids just fill out before other kids do. But the co-op, which is I think like just a few stores down from the boutique in Disney Springs. I want to say, I don't know how many stores down, it's very close. But they sell like juniors and women's sized dresses that are so cute. Like they have one that looks like Chip from Beauty and the Beast. They have like the Star Wars dresses. They have Up. They have Haunted Mansion. They have Mary Poppins. They have all these really, really, really cute dresses that girls that, you know, might be a little bit, you know, older and like filled out than other girls would be much more comfortable in than a princess dress. Like much more comfortable in. They fit better. They are made, you know, for juniors and women. So please just go check out the co-op if you do think that that applies to you, just so you don't have to get in the boutique and have that experience of them saying, we're so sorry, but you know, we don't have any dresses, because like I said, I experienced that with one little girl and it was just heartbreaking. She did go to the co-op and found a dress she fell in love with and came back and just had a wonderful experience at the boutique. But just to avoid that, just check out the co-op or like Amazon or any stores around you that you like can find a really pretty dress at that looks princessy. I would definitely suggest doing that too. And also the shoes, like if your child has feet that you know aren't gonna fit in the, I think they go up to a 2-3 shoe. If your child has feet that, you know, aren't gonna fit in that, just please bring them some other shoes because it'll be a lot better experience for everybody. Let's see here. So, just like some tips about how to get the most out of your experience before I jump into the package options. So if you have siblings with the child, so if you have one child that's getting a transformation and one child that is not, which that happens all the time, whether it be because the one child wants to do something else with their money, because like some parents say you have this amount of money for the trip, you know, like that situation, or one child just might not want a transformation. So if you have a sibling that is just sitting there, just make sure they have something to do. You know, if they're too young to get a transformation, maybe they have like toys or like an iPad or whatever to do, because the boutique is not big inside, especially at Disney. Well, it's everywhere actually. The boutiques aren't huge. So please just remember that there's not a lot of room for your kid to run around. And so if you want to be able to focus on the child getting the transformation, just please remember to bring something for the other one to do. There were some situations where people would have, you know, older kids that couldn't get a transformation, or just kids that didn't want to, and they would go somewhere in Disney Springs with somebody else in the party. So maybe like mom just wanted to stay with the princess or knight getting the transformation, and then the other kids would go off and do something else in Disney Springs. So the Void is actually right next to the boutique, and the Void is like a virtual reality experience. And then Legoland, not Legoland, but the Lego store is also very close, and so those are both really popular for older kids. So if your kids don't want to like sit there and wait, even though it's only like 30 minutes, transformation's only like 30 minutes, unless it's a super busy day and you have to wait to get in. But just have a backup plan for them just so they don't get bored. Let's see here. Oh, you can have 2 adults over the age of 18 in the boutique. So if it's like the princess getting the transformation, mom, dad, and then maybe sister who is 16, that's totally fine. Everybody can go back because just mom and dad are over the age of 18. But if you have mom, dad, grandpa, and grandma, only 2 of those adults can go back. You can switch out. So the adults can wait in the lobby and then you can switch out. And that's just because seating wise, there's not enough room for everybody to go back there, because if every princess had, you know, 3, 4, 5 people back there with them, there would be people standing. But for like seating capacity purposes, and just so it's safe, like for the walkways to be clear and stuff like that, it is 2 people over the age of 18 per child. So if you have 2 princesses getting a transformation and you have mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, they can all go back because that's 2 per child. So mom and dad for one, and then grandma and grandpa for one. And you'll all be seated together. So if you do come in with a party where it's like 2 sisters or a brother and a sister, they will seat the children right next to each other, and then everybody in the family can sit there and watch them. So that's really nice. Let's see here. So also, to get the most out of your experience, I would just suggest engaging with your fairy godmother. So when she comes back and she is storytelling to your princess or your knight, just, you know, be really excited and ask her questions, because I liked getting questions because it's fun to storytell. And so just, you know, engage with her, because that's partly what you're paying for, is this whole experience of, you know, I am here in Cinderella's cottage getting a transformation, or I am here in Cinderella's castle getting a transformation. So like, talk to them. And when they try to talk to you, just engage with them, because it's going to be more fun for the child, more fun for the fairy godmother. You're going to get your money's worth. Just a lot better experience in my experience. Let's see here. And also, like, prepare your child for what's going to happen. So after you watch this very informative video and you know all about what's going to happen, just tell them, you know, like, we're going to go back here and we're going to change into our dress, and then we're going to go meet our fairy godmother and she's going to do our hair. Just because, you know, a lot of younger children, they get scared, and there's nothing scary about the boutique, but they just get scared at the idea of, I don't know where I'm going, I don't know what I'm doing, like, I don't know what's happening, like, who are all these strange people talking to me? So just prepare them. Like I said, the transformations take about 30 minutes, but I would chunk out at least an hour in your schedule, at least, because you don't know what traffic's going to be like for the boutique. You don't know or Disney Springs. You don't know if you're going to have to wait. You just never know. So you don't know if your child is going to want to try on 300 different princess dresses, you know, even though there aren't that many. But, you know, if they are like, I don't know which of these 5 I want, they'll let them try them all on. But you just never know how long it's going to take. Even though, you know, once she sits in the chair, it takes about 30 minutes. You don't know before or after how long that's going to take. So I would just suggest an hour at least, just to make sure you're not rushed. And then bring your own camera if you really want pictures. But what I would really suggest is the memory maker. So the memory maker is a photo card that you can buy, and you can use it at any park, and you can upload your ride pictures, your pictures from in front of the castle. Anytime a cast member takes your picture on a Disney camera, it will be put on your card or on your Magic Band, and then you can upload or you can download those all once your trip is over. And so I don't know how much the Memory Maker is running right now. It is a little pricey, but if you're staying, you know, for like a week and you know you're gonna take a ton of pictures, then it's totally worth it. If you're only going for a day and you're just going to the boutique because maybe you live in Orlando and you just wanna go to the boutique for the day, I don't know that it would be pretty pricey, but that's up to you. Just Google Memory Maker Disney World and I'm sure you can find the pricing. Let's see here, and there is a military discount for Memory Maker, so just so you know that. Let's see here. So the Memory Maker, the only difference is that a Disney photographer is going to be taking the pictures of your princess during the transformation, and so you don't have to sit there the whole time like this, you know, like on your phone or like filming, just making sure you get everything. So you can really just sit back and watch them and be like, wow, my child's having a lot of fun. And you can really engage with Fairy Godmother, you know, because somebody else is taking all those pictures for you. So it's really nice. And they do get a shot of them as they turn around and they see themselves for the first time. I believe that is the guaranteed shot. And then you also get a shot at the end of the experience at Disney Springs, at least, with a special surprise. They do have an extra room with a little special surprise for the princess and they take her picture there. I don't know how that works at the castle. I know, like I said, they get the shot of them turning around in the chair, but I don't know other than that if they really guarantee any pictures, like specific pictures. They'll take plenty of pictures of her being like transformed, but they might not say, you know, you're gonna get one of her nails being painted and one of her makeup being done. You know, they'll just say like, we're gonna take some pictures. So yeah, so that was all of the tips I had, at least like general tips. So now I'm going to go into the hairstyle and package options. So yeah, I have my little notebook with all of my hairstyle notes in it from when I did training. So there are, and I wanted to post pictures of these in the video, but I don't think I'm going to, just because I don't want to mess with any copyright stuff from Disney. So yeah, if you hear a specific hairstyle that you're like, I really am curious what that looks like, just comment below and I will do my best to find you a link with a picture of it from Disney and just comment that link back to you so you can see what that hairstyle looks like. Because these, okay, so these are newer hairstyles. They redid the hairstyles, I don't even know when. It wasn't too long ago, probably about a year ago now. They redid all the hairstyles, and so a lot of the pictures that you find are old hairstyles. So the old hairstyles were the, I'm trying to read them, Fairy Tale Princess, the Disney Diva, and the Color Star. So there were 3 hairstyles to choose from. The hairstyles now, there are some that are like comparable, but like they don't look the same. So like, I think it was a Color Star, there were like all these colored pieces of hair that they clipped in, like there's still colored hair pieces, but not like the Color Star. So they redid all the hairstyles. So the problem with looking for hairstyles online is that a lot of them are the old hairstyles. So you'll Google Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique hairstyles and it will bring up this little brochure. I did it like 30 minutes ago. Bring up this little brochure of these hairstyles that are like, they're not a thing anymore. So, you know, you could plan your whole visit and be like, I want this hairstyle and this dress, and get there and they're completely different. But there are 8 hairstyles now. At least when I was there were 8 hairstyles. 6 of them are like classic hairstyles, 2 of them were frozen. So technically I guess there are only 6 that are like guaranteed constant hairstyles, because I think they do change out the frozen ones every now and then. So yeah, let's go through these hairstyles. So in Enchanted, there are 3 options for Enchanted. There is a classic look, is what and your Fairy Godmother will show you all of these and they will be like, which hairstyle do you want? But just to give you an idea so you can like maybe know what you kind of want when you go. The Enchanted Classic is probably like what you have in mind when you envision the boutique. So it is the bun on the top of the princess's head with the little tiara stuck in it. It's very like tight, like not tight and comfortable for them, but you know, it's like slicked back, like very clean looking. There is a Mickey beret in the back of their hair back here under the bun. And yeah, so it's just classic donut bun, pretty much what you think of probably when you think of Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. So they did keep that one. That one was, I think, the Fairy Tale Princess under the old brochure. And so now it is the Enchanted. Okay. The next Enchanted, so the second option for Enchanted, is more of a messy bun. So what they're gonna do with this one is that it's not gonna be a donut. So it's still gonna be on the top of their head, but they're actually going to take all the princess's hair and kind of ball it up and put it in a hairnet. And then they're gonna put a hairpiece on top of that. And the hairpiece is like, kind of like a wispy bun look kind of thing, and you can pick whatever color you want. So there's like this bright blonde, there's like a brown, a black, a red. I think that might be all for that bun option. But like a lot of princesses, you know, if they're like, I want to be like Ariel, they'll get the red hairpiece because it's like bright red. Or if they're like, I want to be like Elsa, they'll get the the blonde, because it's like a bright blonde hairpiece on top. So they feel like Elsa with her blonde hair. So yeah, that one has a fake hairpiece on top, and it comes with a bow. So instead of the tiara and Mickey beret, you're getting a big bow. They're very pretty. They say Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique, and those come in pink, blue, white, and yellow. I believe there might be one more color. But, you know, if they're getting like the Belle dress, she could get a big brown bun and then like a big yellow bow, and it's very pretty. It'd be up here, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. One of the other ones is down here. It'd be up here. So on top of their head, big bow, fake hairpiece, and they can either get their bangs slicked back or they can get it swooped to the side, which will kind of look like that. So yeah, that is the second Enchanted. Third Enchanted, which is what I was getting ahead of myself with, is down here, or it's on the left, sorry. So down here on their left side, and then it's gonna be the same messy like bun hairpiece that I just described up here, but it's gonna be down here, so fake hairpiece, and a big bow is gonna be in it. So yeah, just right here. So basically the same hairstyle, only it's on the base of the neck, and you can't swoop, so you have to do slicked back with that one, and it's down here. So yeah. And then the Fantasy, which I loved the Fantasy hairstyle. I thought it was gorgeous, but they slick all the hair back, and then they're going to take the princess's hair, again, put it in a ball, put a hairnet around it so you don't see their actual hair. And then there's this big, fluffy, curly hairpiece that they stick, and it goes about right here. They stick on the back of their head over their natural hair, and it's gorgeous. It's huge. It's like so like filled out. It's beautiful. I loved that one. But if they want to be Ariel, like there's red. If they want to be Elsa, there's blonde, or you can match their natural hair color. And so yeah, that one goes about back here, and then there is a flower crown that goes with it. And these flower crowns are so cute. There is a pink and white one, and then there is a pink, blue, and purple one. So there's two color options. They are so cute, and they just slide on the head, and they sit about around the base of that bun. It's beautiful. I love it. I think that's probably my favorite. But yeah, that is the Fantasy. And then the fifth hairstyle is the Royal Braid. So this one was really popular. Not my favorite to do like as a fairy godmother, because it is the most complicated of all of them. But this one is going to be a donut bun up here. So you know we're going to take their natural hair, do a donut around it, turn it into a bun on the very top of their head. It's going to have a swoop, so like I said, like this, swoop up into the bun with their bangs, and then it is going to have a braided hairpiece around the base of the bun, and the braids come in pink, all the natural colors like black, brown, blonde, I want to say a red, and for some reason I want to say a blue. Maybe there's a blue, but pink was really popular. All the little girls were like, I want pink in my hair. So, you know, they get the pink braid, and then a big bow goes in it. And I believe it goes at the bottom of the bun. So a big bow goes in it, and you get to pick your color of bow. So like I said, that's probably the most popular option as far as hair goes. And just as a side note, if your princess does have bangs that are maybe like straight across, the fairy godmother can try to slick them back, and I did that plenty of times. It's pretty amazing what you can do with that product that they use. But I mean, they can be like slicked back, or they can just fall in the front if you tell them. Either way, they'll do whatever you want. So yeah, I'm trying to think if your princess, if you don't think like they have thick enough hair to do something, or maybe their hair isn't long enough, they will figure out a way. I assure you, the fairy godmothers will figure out a way. I had children with all lengths, all textures, all thickness levels of hair, and every time their hair got put up. It's pretty amazing. Like the product that we used it was good stuff. But you know, they can change the hairstyle. So like if a princess has like braids that she doesn't want taken out, you know, they will work around that to try to get like the hairpiece in without messing up the braids. Like very accommodating, and the fairy godmothers are taught how to do those different hairstyles. So please don't think, oh, my princess doesn't have the right kind of hair for this, because it can be done. So just keep that in mind. And then the sixth hairstyle is the pixie magic. So this was probably the most popular for kids. So the royal braid was probably the most popular option for parents to choose, but the pixie magic was the most popular option for the children to choose, because it gives you the colored hair to the extreme. So basically, the fairy godmother slicks all their hair back into a ponytail. It goes about in the middle of their head, and then they are going to get a pink or a unicorn, which is like purple and blue, colored hair piece put on that ponytail, and it's gonna cover up their natural ponytail, and it's just gonna look like they have that colored hair as a ponytail. And I mean, it goes probably down to like about right here once you put it over their shoulder. But they always love it because they can like touch their hair, you know, and it's like, oh, like I have like long colored hair, like look, my hair is pink. So it's really cute. They love that one. And that one also comes with a flower crown. So the same flower crown that came with the hairstyle I mentioned before comes with this one. So you can get the pink and white flowers, or you can get the blue, purple, and pink flowers. And so the princesses always just love that one. That one, speaking from experience, and it's not because the fairy godmothers don't do it right, but that one falls out the quickest, I think, just because, you know, the little kids are like, oh, I got a ponytail, I'm gonna whip it all around, you know, and they'll whip their ponytail back and forth, and it comes loose really easily, even though all the bobby pins in the world can be used. It's hard to keep in, and it's hard to go for a few days, because like I know some kids will sleep on the buns and stuff for a few days, and you can definitely tell they're slept on, but they're still like nice looking. But the ponytail is probably gonna last the least amount of time, just so you know. And then when I was there, and I don't know if this has changed, but when I was there, there was an Anna hairstyle and there was an Elsa hairstyle. So, and I think these have been changed for Frozen 2. So I don't even know if I'm gonna go over these, but basically, just because I don't know if they changed, but basically Anna had red braids, Elsa had a braid on the side, and they were hair pieces, so it wasn't like your child's hair was being braided. So yeah, I just leave that there because I don't know if those have changed. I don't want to get your hopes up, because like I said, I'm pretty sure they redid those for Frozen 2 and they look different now. So let's see here. Okay, so those are all the hairstyles. Now I'm losing my voice, y'all. I need some water. Now I'm going to talk about the packages. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, just like the hairstyles, 6 hairstyles, 6 package options. You can choose any hairstyle to go with any package you want. You're not married to a certain hairstyle because you pick a certain package. Any of those hairstyles can be used on any package. So let's see here. The basic package is the crown package, which is going to include hair, so your hairstyle, the makeup, the nails, a face gem, a sash that says either Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique or Birthday Princess, I believe. So you can tell them it's their birthday, and they can get the Birthday Princess. It's no extra charge. And then a cinch bag, and I actually have my cinch bag with me. I was going to show it at the end of the video, but they get a little cinch bag. And so I always tell the princesses, if they're going to the Halloween party, after the transformation, they can use this for candy. So that's really fun, but the little cinch bag, so that's what that looks like. I had some nail polish, but I think I packed it away. Or some pixie polish, as we called it. So yeah, that is the basic package. That one at Disney Springs is going to be $69.95 plus tax. So, disclaimer, this is going to be $5 more at the castle. So the castle is slightly more expensive than the Springs location. Also a good reason to maybe go to Springs. I love the castle, and like I said, you're in Cinderella's castle, like you can't beat it, like you're in the castle, but the packages are a little bit more expensive. So, and this also, I didn't know this, but I found this out, the crown package, which is the basic package, is not available at Grand Floridian. So you have to start out at the next package, which I'm going to tell you about. You have to start at that package at Grand Floridian. I didn't know that. I guess just because they're small, you know, and they want to make sure you're getting like a dress or whatever to go with it. But yeah, so basic package, $69.95 at Disney Springs. So if you bring your own dress, that's your best option. The carriage package is the next expensive package. All that I just mentioned is included. So hair, makeup, nails, face gem, sash, cinch bag, plus an exclusive Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique t-shirt. And these are really cute. I think it's basically, from what I remember, the same design as this pretty much. It's a pink t-shirt, very cute. But yeah, you get that too. And that comes out to $94.95 plus tax. So you're basically paying like $24 for the t-shirt, which is, I think, what it runs if you buy it by itself. So, oh, and also you can't use cast member discounts at the boutiques. So like if your child is coming and you're a cast member, you can't use those. And I'm not sure about annual pass holder discounts. I'm not sure. It'd be worth asking, I guess. I'm not positive. But yeah. So that's the carriage package. Same situation, $5 more at the castle for that package, but that one's also offered at Grand Floridian. So if you're going to Grand Floridian, you have to start at that one. The third package is the courtyard package. So everything I just mentioned is included. All the hair, all the makeup, all that stuff, t-shirt. And you get an exclusive Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique tutu, like a little skirt. It's so cute, you guys. It's glittery, it's pink, it matches the t-shirt. And you get the Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique Minnie Mouse ears, which can only be bought at the boutique. These are really cute, and I don't have them. Right now I have on just my plain silver with my little magic wand. I love these. But my plain silver with my magic wand ears. The Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique are pink. They match the t-shirt. They have gold on them, rose gold I think, and they say best day ever on the side, which is like the boutique slogan. They don't say boutique, like Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique, anywhere on them, which is why I didn't buy them. But yeah, so you get all that for $144.95 plus tax. So that's a good option too if you brought your own dress and maybe you want the tutu ears and t-shirt to wear the next day, or you want to take them home. But yeah. And then the castle package is the fourth package. Everything, well, no, not everything I mentioned. Sorry, castle package, fourth package, is hair, makeup, nails, face gem, sash, cinch bag. So everything included in the first package I talked about. Plus a dress of your choice, like a princess dress of your choice, and her accessories that go with the dress. So that would be a wand and a tiara, and a Cinderella's Coach necklace. The necklace is very cute. The fairy godmother does a really cute little thing at the end of the transformation to gift that to your princess. It's very adorable. This is probably the most popular package just because you get that dress, her accessories, everything like that. Shoes do not come with this. Shoes do not come with any of the packages except for maybe Frozen. Not sure about that, like I said. Shoes don't come with any of the packages, so you have to buy those for an additional cost, which I believe is somewhere between like $25 and $35 maybe. But yeah, so that's the castle package, okay? $199.95 plus tax. Okay, the next one is the deluxe castle package. So if your princess wants to be Cinderella, Elena, Belle, or Wedding Ariel, which is Ariel's wedding dress, you're gonna have to do this package because their dresses are a little bit more detailed, and they get a jewelry set instead of a wand and a tiara, which is slightly more expensive. So again, if your princess wants to be Cinderella, Elena, Belle, or Ariel on her wedding day, you'll have to do the deluxe castle package, which is $229.95 plus tax. So the only difference is that it's for those 4 princesses, and you get a jewelry box, which comes with like a necklace, some earrings, a ring. I know Ariel's comes with a veil. They're very cute. You get all that with this package. So you do not get a wand, you do not get a tiara, even though you can add those on, and you still get hair, makeup, all that jazz, and you still get the Cinderella's Coach necklace at the end of the transformation too. So That's the deluxe castle. And then the 6th package, and the last package, is the princess signature dress package. So these are those $350 dresses that I mentioned earlier that are on Shop Disney. So you get your basic package again. So hair, makeup, nails, face gem, a sash, a cinch bag, plus the signature Broadway quality handmade princess dress. And those only come in Cinderella, Rapunzel, Belle, and Aurora. They only come for 4 princesses. And then you get a crystal, I don't know how to say it, but Arabaugh Brothers, the crystal stores in Disney, Arabaugh Brothers, you get one of their tiaras. So it's the same tiara for every princess, but you get a crystal tiara in a tiara box, and you get a garment bag and a satin hanger to put your dress on. So this package is going to be $450 plus tax. So definitely, I only saw a few of those purchased during my time there, because most people don't want their kid in the parks in one of those $350 dresses. You can buy the dress by itself though. You can add on any dresses, any shoes, any wand, tiara, anything in any of these packages. So if your princess is like, I want to be Cinderella, but I also want the Ariel dress, you can totally buy that and pick which dress she wants to wear that day. Like, they will let you add on anything you want. I think we had one family come in one time and they bought like every princess dress because their kid didn't have the princess dresses. So they bought every princess dress and took it home. So if you want to do that, you totally can. Let's see here. And then there are some Frozen packages too. And I don't think I'm going to go through those just because, like I said, they are, I think, like, just for the time being, since the movie released. I'm not sure once the parks reopen what that will look like, since, you know, the movie came out last year. So I think I'm just going to leave that be. But when I left, they had just like Frozen, the first movie, Anna and Elsa. And then they added the Frozen costumes and stuff from the second movie. So they had like 3 different options. I think they had like their outfits from the beginning of Frozen 2, the ones from the middle, and the ones from the end. Like, it was a whole big deal. So you can definitely ask about those packages. And they do have like Olaf plushes that come with most of those. So they're very cute. But I just won't go over those. Let's see here. Oh, and then for our little nights, there are 2 packages. So the basic night package is a hairstyle, and it's going to be spiky hair, like dragon spikes, or it's going to be slicked back, like a prince kind of, you know, like classic kind of slicked back. And then they're going to get a sword, which is like a, kind of like a heavy duty, like styrofoam material, a sword, and then a shield, which is the same like heavy duty styrofoam material. So all of that's going to be $19.95 plus tax. So a lot cheaper than the Princess Transformations. But yeah, $19.95 plus tax. Or you can get the Night Deluxe package, which is going to be everything I just mentioned. So hair, sword, shield, plus a night costume. And the night costume is really cute. And it's $79.95 plus tax. So you're really paying $60 for the night costume on that one. And then they also sell a night t-shirt with a detachable cape. So if you maybe want, you know, something a little bit nicer, but you don't want to commit to the costume, ask them about the t-shirt, because the t-shirt is nice for the parks because it's not as hot as the costume, but they still feel like they're a knight, and they can take their cape off and put it back on as they want. So yeah, definitely ask about that if you're interested. Let's see here. Yeah, so I think I covered all the package stuff, and if you guys have any questions, please comment below. If you want to see any of the hairstyles, please comment below, and I will do my best to find a link. Like I said, I don't want to put those pictures in my video just because I don't want to get in trouble with copyright stuff, because they are like Disney's pictures. So let's see here. So the story of Disney Springs, at least, is that you are going to be in Cinderella's cottage. She lived in this cottage before she moved to the castle, and she gave it to the fairy godmother as a gift once she moved into the castle, because she no longer needed her little cottage. And so she told the fairy godmother that she wanted it to be a school for future fairy godmothers to come learn magic in. So that is what you are entering when you are at the Disney Springs location. Once you walk in the front doors, if you look to your left, there is a giant like wardrobe with all of the princess dress options in it. And so those are all the dresses that Gus and Jock have made for the day. You can see all of their like spools of thread and everything on top of the wardrobe, a bunch of little details. Right in front of you will be a big circle with the castle, and so that's like you're looking out the window at the castle, so the fairy godmother can see Cinderella's castle every day. So then you're gonna wait out there, that's where you'll check in, that's the lobby area. Then you are going to walk through, and I'm trying to decide if I want to tell you guys, like, yeah, let's go ahead and talk about that. So once you check in, that's going to be where the podium is. This is where you will tell your fairy godmother what hairstyle you want, what package you want, all that stuff. And if you want a Spanish speaking fairy, that is the place to request it. So there are Spanish speaking fairies, so if you're more comfortable with that, then please suggest that there, and they will do their very, very best to make sure that you get somebody, depending on which fairy godmothers are in for the day. And so yeah, you'll wait out there, and then your next fairy godmother will come out and she will call you into the butterfly garden. So you'll walk, and as you're walking, you can look down and you can tell the carpet looks like grass, and there are butterflies all over the walls because you are now in Cinderella's butterfly garden. And it's just so magical, and these are like the changing room areas. So there are going to be 4 changing rooms, and your fairy godmother is going to lead you into one, and if you had a dress made by Gus and Jacques, it will be there waiting for you. And the fairy godmother will take any like ponytail holders or anything like that out of the princess or knight's hair, just to make sure their hair is down and ready for the transformation. She will check for tinker tangles. So sometimes Tinkerbell comes in the boutique and she'll get in the princess's hair and mess it all up. So the fairy godmother is going to make sure there are no tinker tangles. She's also going to give the princess a rough idea of what her hairstyle will look like, just so she knows. And then the fairy godmother is going to leave her in the room with the parents or whoever wants to stay in there with her to change and help her get into her princess or night costume. And then a little bit of magic is going to happen because there's usually a special visitor that comes to see the princess before she gets changed. So that's going to happen. And then you will come out of the dressing room. You will go to the window to handle matters of the purse. So you will go pay for your package there. This is the spot to do add-ons. So I'm trying to make sure. Let's see here. So yeah, so I have a list of the add-ons. So this is where you can add on your shoes, your tiara, your wand, whatever else you want. There is a spirit jersey that you can add on. So this is the Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique spirit jersey. It says it on the back. It's kind of hard to see, but yeah, Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. This comes in child and adult sizes. This is the only thing that comes in an adult size. So you can get a spirit jersey. You can get a magic band. So I have the magic band. It says Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. It has fairy godmother. I love this magic band. So yeah. And then let's see here, what else is on there? Oh, any hair products. So if you're like, and you can buy them afterwards too. I'm not really sure why they put them out beforehand, but if you're like, oh, I really like the gel that they used on my child's hair, like you can go back and buy that same hair product at this counter. You can buy a Mickey clip. So if your child's hairstyle didn't come with a Mickey clip, you can buy one to put in their hair. You can buy the little tiara if you want one. You can buy the carriage necklace. Pretty much anything you can add on. You can buy, there's a Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique crossbody purse that's really cute. I love that. There's an umbrella. Love the umbrella too. So cute. And there's a suitcase that you can buy, but this suitcase is like $200, I want to say. But it's very cute, and it's up front when you walk in the lobby. So if you want to see the suitcase, it's up there. But there's a suitcase you can buy, the ears, the tutu, the t-shirt, sweatpants. There are sweatpants for the princesses, and I want to say a jacket for the princesses. But the only thing in an adult size is the spirit jersey. And you can only buy these items if you have a reservation at the boutique. So take advantage of it while you're there because you can only get them when you have a reservation. So let's see here. So then you are going to go wait in the royal hallway. And if you notice, there are banners all down the hallway with the different princess symbols on them. So if you want a game to play with your princess or knight, be like, which princess do you think that is? Like with the shoe on her banner, or which do you think that is with the rose on her banner? It's just a fun little game. Sometimes the fairy godmothers will play out there if they're waiting. And then, yeah, they'll come call you and you will go into the main salon area. So there are so many details in this space, you guys. There are little pumpkins up above the mirrors, the magic mirrors. There is another castle mosaic in the middle with Fairy Godmother above it waving her wand. So many little details. So please just take a second and look. And also, if you look around the room, you'll notice that one side starts, there's like paintings on the wall. You'll notice that one side starts during the daytime and it goes to night because Cinderella's getting ready for the ball that night. Oh, my throat's so dry. Going to the ball that night. So yeah, and so your princess will get her transformation. It'll be so magical. One difference to note, this is where she'll meet her main fairy godmother in training, her main fidget. And this is like her fairy godmother. So she's getting her ready for the ball. Like this is her fairy godmother. Each fairy godmother is in school for 1,000 fairy years. So I was 220 years old in fairy years. I had to stay there till I was 1,000 because that's when you graduate from fairy school. So each fairy godmother has her own little story. So like if you are interested, ask her because like they have stories. So if you want to get more of your money's worth, ask her some questions about her fairy godmother school or like anything, like her favorite princess, stuff like that. So, and there's princess music playing during the transformation. It is so fun. But yeah, they'll do the makeover or the transformation. They'll turn them around in the magic mirror so they can see what they look like because they are turned with their back to the mirror the whole entire time. So the princess or knight has no clue what's coming. Truly, they think it's magic because it is, and they know it's magic when they turn around and they're changed after, and the fairy godmother does her wand. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's just so cute. But yeah, once she gets her pixie dust, she is officially transformed. And so yeah, then the fairy godmother will lead her out to the final surprise. She gets to go to the ball. So there's a little surprise photo op because she's going to the ball. So I won't tell you what it is, but that's the last place she'll go. And then she will exit and come back out at the front, like lobby area. So that's like the walkthrough of the boutique. Let's see here. Oh, and when you're leaving, if it's raining, just as a side note, they have little hoods that you can get for your hair so your hair doesn't get messed up. So please ask. They usually offer them and have them ready to go, but if it starts sprinkling or you're afraid it's gonna rain, just be like, hey, can I have a hair hood just so her hair doesn't get messed up? So just ask for that at the lobby. Let's see here. So yeah, we're almost through this. This is over an hour. Wow. So what to do after you leave the boutique? Like, what do you go do? So the most popular options are to go, of course, to one of the parks. So if you're at Disney Springs, a lot of people like to go to Magic Kingdom and take their pictures at the castle. If you're going to do this, I would suggest doing a minivan transportation option, which minivan pickup is right across from the boutique, which is really nice. Or you will have to catch a bus to a resort and then go to the park because there are no buses to the parks from Disney Springs as of when I was there. So the best option is to catch a bus back to your resort, catch Magic Kingdom bus from there, or to catch the bus to the Contemporary, Grand Floridian, or Polynesian because those are all on the monorail loop for Magic Kingdom. So if you go to one of those resorts, then you can catch the monorail and go straight to Magic Kingdom. So a lot of people will go there. There is a wishing well off to the right-hand side of Cinderella's castle. So if you want a different picture, her wishing well is off to the right side. It's a little pathway that goes beside the castle. And then on the left-hand side of the castle, if you go up the pathway and go farther back to where you're in Fantasyland, there is a little fountain with Cinderella that's a really cute photo op. So 2 photo ops on both sides of the castle if you want something different. A lot of people will go do photos at the PhotoPass studio in Disney Springs. So this is the only location of a PhotoPass studio is in Disney Springs. They have all different kinds of backdrops, you guys. They have the castle. They have Cinderella's carriage backdrop. They have everything. They're like green screen backdrops, but they're so cute. And if you have the memory maker, then like why not go get some extra pictures? So those are really cute. Let's see here. A lot of people will go do character dining. So of course Cinderella's royal table and the castle is super popular. I don't know how to say this. Akershus, the princess dining in Epcot. I probably just butchered that, but they'll go to there, and Epcot because the princesses are at that character mill. Let's see here. There is a Princess Ariel and Princess Rapunzel breakfast at Trattoria Al Forno at the boardwalk, but that is only for breakfast. So if you get a super early reservation at the boutique and can make it to breakfast there, then like that's a cute option because they'll get to meet Ariel, Prince Eric, Flynn, and Rapunzel. 1900 Park Fair has a really cute dinner. It's Cinderella's Happily Ever After dinner. So that is at the Grand Floridian, and Cinderella's there and her prince and the evil stepmother and the evil stepsisters, and it's really cute. And you get to take a picture with Cinderella's shoe at the end of dinner. I love that one. So that's a really good option. There is a Disney's Perfectly Princess tea at the Grand Floridian, so you can go there, and Princess Aurora is there. You get to have tea. So if you go in the morning and get a makeover, then maybe you could do that in the afternoon. Or you could go to the boutique at the Grand Floridian because the tea is at the Grand Floridian. Storybook dining at Artist Point at the Wilderness Lodge has Snow White and some of the dwarfs and the Evil Queen. So if you like Snow White, yeah. And a lot of people like to go to Chef Mickey's, which is like the Mickey and Friends. Raglan Road, which is at Disney Springs. No characters, but a nice restaurant. Boathouse is at Disney Springs, no characters, still nice. And then Rainforest Cafe and the T-Rex restaurant, no characters, but they're at Disney Springs. They're fun for kids, so a lot of people will go there afterwards. Oh, and then if you want something fun to do, there is a princess parade at 2 o'clock at Disney Springs. So if your princess gets transformed, or even if she doesn't, like if you just want to do this, you do not have to go to the boutique. You do not have to get a transformation, nothing. Like, you can just walk up and do this. But it's a princess parade. It's at 2 p.m. and it's right between Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique and the Void. So there'll be some fairies out there. They'll have maybe a bubble wand, a flag. And so, yeah, you get all the little kids get in a line and they parade them through a little part of Disney Springs. Nothing like exhausted. It's not like a huge walk. But they'll parade them around and they teach them little chants like elbow, elbow, wrist, wrist, always smile and blow a kiss. And then Bibbidi Bobbidi Boo, dreams come true. So they do little chants. It's really cute for video. And then there's a surprise at the end. So they get a little surprise present at the end. So definitely go do that and check it out. And like I said, you do not have to go to the boutique and get a makeover to do that. Okay, we're almost done, you guys. I have one more section. So you might ask, what are the perks of Disney Springs? Since that's mostly what I've talked about this whole time. Pretty similar to Magic Kingdom. Pretty similar to Grand Floridian, but in my opinion, perks of Disney Springs is that the pricing is a little bit cheaper. It's about $5 cheaper per package. It's a bigger space, so the salon space, the changing rooms, everything are bigger at Disney Springs because there's more room because you don't have to squeeze it all into the castle. So it's bigger, especially if you have a larger group with you. In Disney Springs, you do not need a park ticket, so I'm glad that I wrote that. If you go to Magic Kingdom to the boutique, you have to have a park ticket to get into the park. So even if you just want to go to the boutique and you want to do nothing else in the park, you still have to buy a Magic Kingdom park ticket to go to the boutique. So that's an extra charge on top of the boutique cost already. So if you go to Disney Springs, you don't have to do that. So maybe if you're local to Orlando and you don't want to go to the park, or maybe if you want to go to Universal after, or maybe if you do a transformation later in the day and you don't want to go, spend an hour or two in the park, you just want to do Disney Springs, not pay for a park ticket, that's your best option if you are going to do, don't want to be in the park. So let's see here. Like I said, the PhotoPass studio is at Disney Springs, so you can get all those extra green screen pictures. The special surprise at the end of the transformation, so when your princess goes to the ball, like I said, that's only at Disney Springs. So last I knew, it was not at the castle or at Grand Floridian. There is a photo op at Grand Floridian at the end of the transformation, but it's not the one at Disney Springs. So just keep that in mind. You get some better pictures at Disney Springs, in my opinion. You can't walk outside and take them with the castle, which is definitely a perk of Magic Kingdom, but let's see here. It's easier to get a walk-in appointment, so if you're not sure and you want to wait until you get there on your trip, you're definitely more likely to get a walk-in at Disney Springs. It's easier to get a reservation in general at Disney Springs because people want the castle. Understandably, people want to go get their makeover in the castle, but it's harder to get a reservation there. Let's see here, there's more chairs at Disney Springs and at Magic Kingdom than there are at Grand Floridian. So Grand Floridian only has 4 chairs. Only 4 princesses at a time can be in that salon, and it's tiny, y'all. It's nice, it's very nice, but only 4 princesses at a time. But I mean, that's very intimate, and like if that's what you want, then go to Grand Floridian. Magic Kingdom just finished renovations in the fall, and they now have 18 chairs, which is how many Disney Springs has. So 18 princesses at a time as opposed to 4. So that's significantly different. Let's see here. And then at Disney Springs, you have 1 fairy godmother for the entire transformation in the salon. At Magic Kingdom, you have 2. So I feel like you get a little bit better storytelling at Disney Springs just because it's consistent, and like the fairy godmother knows, you know, like she's had the princess or the knight the whole time, and like that is her princess or knight. It's a little more personable. At Magic Kingdom, you have 1 fairy doing hair, 1 doing makeup and nails. I know it's a little bit quicker too at Magic Kingdom, just because, you know, there's a lot more reservations, and so they don't go quite as slow as Disney Springs does. So I'm biased to Disney Springs though, just because I worked there. So, but if you guys have any more questions about like differences between the boutiques, please comment below. I believe Magic Kingdom also has some sort of, there's some difference with their mirror. I never got to pick up a shift at Magic Kingdom. I wish I had, but I didn't, just because my schedule never lined up right. But there's some difference with the mirror too, I want to say, like the end of the transformation turnaround maybe with Magic Kingdom. So that's different too, but I'm not 100% on it. So let's see here. Yeah, so oh, and another tip, if you have an older princess, so maybe a princess over the age of 12, or or just somebody in your party that, you know, like maybe like your mom and you're super into this, like I know I'm gonna be one day, but you can ask for pixie dust. So the fairy godmother will put pixie dust on your head, and you get to make a wish, and it's really cute. And even if you're not getting a transformation, if the boutique is slow, you can walk into the front of the boutique at the podium and ask for pixie dust. And like I said, if they're slow, and don't do it when the line's out the door, because they're gonna say, you know, we're super busy. But if nobody's in there, you can get pixie dust like at the front of the boutique without a reservation or anything. So definitely ask for that. You can also get pixie dusted at, I want to say, Sir Mickey's in Magic Kingdom. So if you go into Sir Mickey's, you can ask for pixie dust from one of the cast members. And then they used to do it at the barber shop on Main Street. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, but you can get pixie dust and pirate's treasure. So if you ever want any of that, it's free of charge. Doesn't hurt to ask. I don't know, you know, if they're still doing it or what. So I know they do at Disney Springs, but let's see here. Oh, and then just in general, I meant to mention this. The boutique at Disney Springs is on the far end near Once Upon a Toy, near the Pin store, near the Uber Lyft minivan drop-off pickup. So if you get off of the buses, like the resort buses, it should be to your right. Like if you walk into Disney Springs and you walk all the way to the end of Disney Springs, it will be on the very far end, to your right. So yeah. And then the one at Magic Kingdom's in the castle, of course. The one at Grand Floridian is on the 2nd floor. So if you get off the monorail and go to your left, it's going to be up there. So yeah, I think that's about it. Yeah, it's a great experience, whether it's for a birthday, whether it's just like in general, or whether you want to do it every year. We had one little girl come in and she had been doing it since she was like 3, and she was 12 and she was about to, you know, be a forever princess. So I mean, some people do it every year, some people do it once. So it's just up to you. It's really special. I highly recommend it. I loved working there. I will be doing a video hopefully soon on what it was like to work there as a cast member and just like Disney College program in general. But this one, like I said, was more of a travel tip video. Just it can be helpful to those who want to work there because you get, you know, a lot more info than what I've been able to find online, or it can help you plan for your next trip. So yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please let me know below if you have any comments, any questions about anything. If you want to see videos on anything particular about the boutique, about Disney College Program, about Disney travel, just please comment below and let me know. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to my first video, and I hope you have a magical day. Bye.